Bhagavan has all these qualities, but he has an added problem to this. Back at Chennai, we have a lot of water problem. Often we talk about this water problem and come to a conclusion, the only way is a desalination plant. As everybody does it in the Gulf, let Chennai also have a desalination plant because we have a lot of seawater. Seawater is available, but it is salty. It's not useful to me. Even though the seawater is in abundance, it is not useful to me. Although Bhagavan has all the divine attributes, they are not useful to me. Why are they not useful to me? Just go through the next sentence. However, all these are masked by Swatantriya, the unquestionable independence and free will of Bhagavan. Bhagavan, his characteristic is, he is of free will, he is a Swatantra, he is independent of everybody and nobody can question him. Whatever he does, nobody can question him. We go stand before Venkatesh Perumal, we lament, we long, we cry, we weep, do whatever you want to. The answer is the same smile. He is not going to give you any other answer. Whether he kills anybody, whether he protects somebody, whether somebody is dead in the age of 30, or somebody who is useless lives to the age of 105, you can't question him. That is his unquestionable mastery. The willpower, his free will is that much unquestionable. Whatever he does, he does. We can't question it. And that Swatantriya masks all these great attributes. Even though he is full of mercy, his Swatantriya covers, like the good water became salty in a seawater. I am not able to use it. So the Swatantriya of Bhagavan masks all his great attributes and makes it inaccessible to me. There is no way he is going to be useful to me. The moment I go and stand before him, he is furious. Why? It's not his fault. It is my fault. He told me, he directed me to act as per the Shastra. Shastra, the Vedas are told as Shastras. Shashanatu Shastram. Shashana, dictum. That which directs are the Shastras. Bhagavan says, do this, abstain from these. Do this, perform this, abstain from this. Whereas we directly go in the opposite direction. Whatever he said to do, we abstain. Whatever he directed to abstain, we of course do. This is called as Kritya Akarana, Akritya Karana. Akritya, which we are not supposed to do, Karana, we do them. Kritya Akarana, that we are supposed to do, we abstain. Having committed this mistake, if we go and plead before Bhagavan, is he going to heed to your request? He will not. He will only take the rule book in his hand and just try to find out what are all my papams. Call Yamadharmaraja, ask him to punish me. This is what will happen at the end. If this is the case, then what is my confidence in going and surrendering to him? Now is the need for a mediator. Even though Bhagavan has all the required qualities to be resorted to, what I perform is Sharanagati. He is a Sharanya, I am a Sharanagata. Sharanagati is the action of surrender. Sharanagata, the actor, one who performs the action of Sharanagati. Sharanya, to whom I resort to. Bhagavan is the Sharanya. I go and perform Sharanagati towards him. I am the Sharanagata, one who resorts to him. And Sharanagati is the action of surrender. So these three are very important. Bhagavan is the Sharanya and he is a Sharanya to one and all. Analochita Vishesha Ashesha Loka Sharanya. He never discriminates between the Sharanagatas. You may be a Brahmana or not. You may be learned or not. You may be a male or a female. He just pardons everybody. He accepts everybody. Yes, fine. But at the same time, I also know of many instances when he was furious on many. Ravana, Shishupala, Dantavatra, Kumbhakarna, Indrajit, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, the list is long and long. Now my worry is, am I Prahlada or Hiranyakashipu? Am I Vibhishana or Ravana? Who am I now? Of course we all know, we are not in the category of Prahlada or Vibhishana. That much is sure. We are certainly not Vibhishana or Prahlada. There is only one other category available. It is Ravana, it is Hiranyakashipu. So of course we behave so. When we go and stand before Bhagavan, he would stamp us as wicked and take his rule book, punish us. This is what will happen. We don't want to have this plight. So we slowly resort to the lotus feet of Mahalakshmi, as is common in any family. If a boy errs, he commits some mistakes, he can't go directly to his father. He goes and resorts to his mother, and mother talks on behalf of the son or the daughter and consoles the husband so that he pardons the son or the daughter. Similar is the case here. Similar in the case for you to understand. Not so similar, because there are many dissimilarities here, which we will deal in detail. However, all these are masked by Swatantriya, the unquestionable independence and will, which triggers anger to punish the sinners. Bhagavan is Swatantra. Whenever he looks at somebody, he is able to recognize the sinners, the sins, and so he wants to punish. Swatantriyam leads to anger, anger leads to our punishment. Lakshmi consoles him as a mediatrix. Now here is the role of an arbitrator. She is a mediator. She is an arbitrator. Now she is a bridge between the Jivatma and the Paramatma. How does she talk? What are her arguments is very important for us to know. Pirati, Shri Mahalakshmi, is found everywhere. We have Tanikkovil Nachiyar Santi. Tamil ennu solluvom தனியா ஒரு கோவில நாச்சியார் கடவுள், அது தனிக்கோவில் நாச்சியார். பக்கத்தில் இருக்கிறவாளுக்கு பேர் பக்கத்து நாச்சியார், ஸ்ரீதேவி பூதேவி. They are so close to the main deity, ஸ்ரீதேவி பூதேவி. அப்புறம் திருமார்பு நாச்சியார், having the divine chest of Narayana as a seat. He is there. Whenever we go and have darshan of Venkatesha, the first one to be noted is Mahalakshmi only. Venkatesha is behind her. What catches our eye immediately is Sri Mahalakshmi. So Mahalakshmi has three places. She has everywhere. But again, the more important places are Tanikkovil, Pakkathu Nachiyar and Thirumarga Nachiyar. Why? Why does she reside in all these places? What is the role she plays? Purushakaraha, the arbitrator. The next word we must know about Lakshmi is Purushakara. Bhagavan was Upaya. I already told the meaning of that word. Upa ayate iti upaya. That which takes us close to the human end is upaya. He is going to grant us moksha. Mahalakshmi is not going to grant us moksha, but he is going to make Perumal grant us moksha. She is only a mediator. She is an arbitrator, and she is known as Purushakara. Let's deal with the meaning. Lakshmi enjoys the role of Purushakara. Purusham karoti iti Purushakara. The meaning of the word Purushakara is Purusham karoti iti Purushakara. She molds the Purusha to behave so. A person must behave as a Purusha. He is not doing so. Pirati, Shri Mahalakshmi, she makes him behave as a Purusha. Here the word Purusha does not stand for males here. I am not talking about male folk. Then, Puri Sheteti Purusha. This place, the seat of Hridaya, our heart, is known as Puri. Puram is a Pattana, is a city. We call this Puram, that Puram, all those Puram, Subramanya Keshav Adikeshav, all these Purams, they are all Pattanas. Now we have a Puram inside. Our Hridaya Kamala, heart itself, is it looks like a lotus. So this Puram, Puri Sheteti Purusha, a Jivatma resides in this lotus-shaped heart. This heart is a Puram. The Jivatma resides and reclines there. Puri in the city. Shete reclines is the Atma. So Atma is called as Purusha. It has got nothing to do with males or females. All the Atmans in common are Purusha. Everybody must behave like a Purusha. Bhagavan is also a Purushottama. He must also behave like a Purusha. But whereas both the Atman and Paramatma, they don't behave as Purusha. Pirati makes them behave so. Pirati makes Paramatma to behave as a Purusha. Pirati makes Jivatma to behave as a Purusha. Now I'll explain to you. Lakshmi enjoys the role of Purushakara. Purusham karoti iti Purushakara. One who molds a Purusha and makes him behave so. I must behave as a Purusha, whereas I don't. Pirati makes me behave as a Purusha. Lakshmi Purushakaratve Nirdishta Paramarishvihi. Lakshmi Purushakaratve Nirdishta. This is a Shastra Vakya. This says that Lakshmi has been given the responsibility of Purushakaratvam by Bhagavan. So anybody who wants to surrender to Bhagavan must first do so to Lakshmi and then only come to Bhagavan. First go to the arbitrator, get the arbitration done. Then come to Bhagavan, plead him for moksham, he grants you moksha. So there are two roles now. Lakshmi plays the role of a Purushakara, Bhagavan plays the role of Upaya. That is the difference there. Purushakaratvam is arbitrary role, mediating role, whereas Upayatvam is granting the moksha. So these two are together. They are not separable. If I go without a mediator, I am sure to fail. If I go directly to the Upaya, I am sure to fail. But only with Lakshmi who is the mediator, I won't be granted moksha. So you need to have both. இதில் ரெண்டு பேரில் தனித்தனியாக யாரையுமே பிடிச்சக்கூடாது. பெருமாளை மட்டும் ஆசைப்படவும் கூடாது, தாயாரை மட்டும் ஆசைப்படவும் கூடாது. ராமன் மட்டும் போதும்னு சூர்பனகை சொன்னா காது மூக்கு போயிடுது. சீதை மட்டும் போதும்னு ராவணன் சொன்னா தலையே போயிடுது. அதனால ரெண்டு பேரையும் தனியா போகக்கூடாது. சீதையை முன்னிட்டு கொண்டு ராமன் திருவடிகளை பற்றினோம்னா நமக்கு மோட்சம் நிச்சயம். So understand the importance of both together. She Lakshmi Purushakaratve Nirdishta Parama Rishidi. She does this for both Jivatma and Paramatma. Lakshmi makes Paramatma to behave as a Purusha. Lakshmi molds Jivatma to behave as a Purusha. Now we must understand what is behaving as a Purusha. The Jiva has to behave as a Purusha. What does it mean? Paramatma has to behave as a Purusha. What does that mean? She does this for both Jivatma and Paramatma. She corrects Paramatma with her love. Now she displays different qualities with us and a different quality with Paramatma. It is not in the same manner she corrects Paramatma and Jivatma, because he is her beloved and he is omniscient. She can't do the same of whatever he does for us with him. She corrects him with her love, Vallabhya. She corrects us with her grace, Arul. Avanai Azhagale Tiruttum, Ivanai Arulale Tiruttum. And Pirati is so beautiful. With her beauty, she corrects Bhagavan. With her compassion and Anugraha, she corrects us. However, she corrects and molds both Paramatma and the Jivatma. She is a bridge between them, as in the Omkara. Now this is very, very interesting. You all know about Om, the single word, which is known as Pranava. If you dissect, if you put it on a table and dissect, you will get three syllables. A, U, Ma. A plus U, it becomes O. It's known as Samyuktakshara, the conjugation. The conjugation becomes A plus U is O. Again add M, Om. A, U, Ma. The three syllables together make up the word Om. The three syllables stands for different entities. A for Vishnu Paramatma, Ma for Jivatma, Makarartho Jiva, Akarartho Vishnu. So A stands for Paramatma, Ma stands for Jivatma, and U for Sri Mahalakshmi. So Mahalakshmi is in between A and Ma. Since she is in between, with her one hand takes hold of Bhagavan. With her other hand, she never leaves the Jivatma also. ஒரு கையாலே கட்டிலையும் ஒரு கையாலே தொட்டிலையும் விடாதே இருக்கும் மாதாவை போலே. பிள்ளை லோகாச்சாரியார் says that எந்த தாயா இருந்தாலும் அவ ஒருத்தருக்கு பத்னி, ஒரு குழந்தைக்கு தாய், அப்போ குழந்தையும் ஒரு கையால விட்டுட மாட்டார், பதியும் ஒரு கையால விட்டுட மாட்டார். பர்த்தாவையும் பிடித்துக் கொண்டு குழந்தையும் பிடித்துக் கொள்ளுகிறார் போலே பிராட்டி மகாலட்சுமி. she is in between the both as a bridge between Akara and Makara. So this is the meaning of the word Omkara. A Paramatma, U Mahalakshmi, Ma Jivatma. Some of you could have been blessed, had the opportunity of having darshan at Shivilibuttur, Andal Sthanam. ஆடி மாசத்திலே பூர நட்சத்திரத்திலே ஆண்டாள் சிவில்லிபுத்தூர்ல தான் அவதரித்தாள். In the same platform you will find, ஒரே ஆசனத்திலே, the center will be Bhagavan, Rangamanna. One side will be Andal, other side will be Garuda. So it is that seat where you will find all the three. Akara, Perumal Rangamanna, Ukara, Andal, Makara, the Jivatma Garuda. So Om is represented in the Kshetra Shivaliputur itself. This is one way. I'll give you another example. When all the three went to the forest, Rama went exile. Rama, Sita and Lakshmana were walking on and on and on, miles together. Agrata Prayo Rama, Sita Madhye Sumadhyama, Prishtadattu Dhanushpanihi, Lakshmanaha Anujagama. This is a Valmiki Ramana shloka. First walking was Rama, next was Sita, third was Lakshmana. Lakshmana was carrying the bow and arrow of Rama too and following Rama and Sita. So the first one was Rama, Akara, A. The middle one was Sita, Ukara, U. The last to follow was Lakshmana, Makara, Ma. A, U, Ma. Can you find Omkara walking in the jungle? You can. Omkara is not only in your text, Omkara has walked in the jungle. All the three together when they walked, it looked as though Omkara has legs and arms and it is walking in the jungle. So similarly, U Sita was between Rama and Lakshmana. She in fact was a bridge between Rama and Lakshmana, and what represents Rama is Venkatesha Perumal. Whatever represents Lakshmana is we all. So between the Jivatma and Paramatma, Virati is a bridge. Here I have given that. See, it's a bridge between them as in the Omkara. A stands for Narayana. U stands for Lakshmi. Ma stands for the Jivatma. So Omkaram, it represents all the three entities, Paramatma, Virati Lakshmi and the Jivatma. Now let us further proceed. How is Virati correcting Narayana? How is she molding all of us? Narayana should behave as a Purusha. I should behave as a Purusha, whereas we don't. First let us take the case of Narayana. We have a bad practice. We never correct ourselves first. We first want Narayana to get himself corrected. And only then we start talking about ourselves. So first, let's try with him. Even with Virati, she finds it too easy to correct him. She finds it difficult only to correct us. So how does she guide Paramatma? Puru, Bahu, Samoti, Iti Purusha. The definition of the Purusha, of a Purusha is Puru, Bahu, Samoti. One who relentlessly grants. One is always generous. Purushana Puru Bahu Samoti iti Purusha. One who keeps on granting his Purusha. Adi Madaikanna, Wandani Kaigaravel, Adiyul Pukku Muhandu Kudu Arteri, Udi Mudalvan Guruvam Pol Megadithu, Padiyan Tolude Parpanavan Kaigil, Adi Pol Minni, Valampuri Pol Ninnadirthu. As the clouds are generous, they keep on pouring. Bhagavan is also generous. He is so much of compassion that he Varisham, Madai Mege, Pudipottumo, the whole of Kribe Pottindirka, Avadu Dura, Avarka Udar, he is generous. But at times he is annoyed. He says, I am not going to grant you anymore. I have sufficiently granted you. You never corrected yourself. So I will stop now. When he stops to behave as a Purusha. The problem arises there. As long as he keeps giving, he is a Purusha. When he stops to be a Purusha. And that's when Lakshmi enters. You have to behave as a Purusha. I am your consort. Why don't you behave as a Purusha? Bhagavan asked, what should I do now? Am I not a Purusha? I am a Purushottama. I am not only a Purusha. I am the most supreme of all Purushas. Yes, you are. But you don't behave so. You need to give when my son comes and stands before you. But I am willing to give. Oh Lakshmi, correct him and then come to me. Don't only come to me. You correct him first and come to me. Then Virati argues with Bhagavan. You correct first. I will go to him later. I know how to correct him. So why don't you correct your ways first? The Puru Bahu Sanavati iti Purusha, one who grants abundantly, is a Purusha. The ever generous Bhagavan refuses to grant, annoyed by our sins. When he refuses to grant, he is not at fault at all. Kindly note the difference. He is not granting because of me, not of his. He is not merciless. He is full of mercy. But my sins mask him. My sins makes him furious and he is not able to grant anymore. He stops that. The ever generous Bhagavan refuses to grant, annoyed by our sins. She pleads by reminding the intimate relationship between Paramatma and Jivatma and the responsibility of the Creator to protect. This is when the argument begins. between Sri Mahalakshmi and Paramatma. She says it is inevitable on our point. We have to protect our children. Bhagavan says, I am willing to. That's why I gave limbs to them. That is why I gave birth and life to them. I gave them Shastras. I gave them Jnana. I gave them limbs. I gave them Acharyas. I gave them the spiritual texts. What more can I create? All infrastructure is created. It is for them to use it properly and reach me. But they have wasted all this infrastructure, the facilities which I gave them. They must have used it properly. Pirati says that if they had used properly, why would they come to us? If they have used it rightly, they would have reached you directly. Just because they are not able to, they have come to us. I go for a recommendation. If my daughter has scored 98, I don't need any recommendation. If she has not, then I need a recommendation. நான் யார்கிட்ட ரெக்கமெண்டேஷன் போயிருக்கேனோ நீங்கள் 95 வாங்கியிருந்தா வாங்கணும், அதுக்கு எது உங்கள்கிட்ட வரைஞ்சி வருது. எனக்கே பொண்ணே வாங்கியிருந்தா 95, நான் ஒருத்தர்கிட்ட வரவே மாட்டேன். அது இல்லாத இருக்கவே தானே நான் வந்து இருக்கிறேன். இப்போ பிராட்டி அதே விஷயத்தை தான் பெருமாள்கிட்ட சொல்லுவோம். அவனால பண்ண முடிஞ்சிருந்தா அவனே மோட்சத்துக்கு போயிருப்பான். ஏன் உம்மகிட்ட எதுக்கு வந்து நிற்க போறான்? எப்ப நம்ம கிட்ட வந்திருக்கானோ, இட் இஸ் அவர் ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி. நவ் he is not capable of it and he accepts that he is not capable of it, in which case it is our responsibility to protect him. Bhagavan says, I am not willing to. If I listen to your words, then எல்லாரும் இதே மாதிரி பண்ணிட்டு வந்துடுவோம். ஒரு பக்கம் சாஸ்திரத்திலே I have a rule book, this is a regulation, இந்த மாதிரி தான் பண்ணணும்னு நான் சொல்லிட்டேன். When you start pleading, then I have no other book, I pardon him. Then everybody will resort to the same wrong method. They will do whatever they want to, come to you, you will plead and recommend, I pardon you. Then there is no point in having a book. Let me scrap at least this book. The Shastra becomes useless. I need to scrap Shastra. Virati said, no, that cannot happen. The rule book has to ever remain. Bhagavan says that you can't have it and eat it too. Either you have to go by the Shastra book, or I have to punish them. I punish them if I go by the rule book. Virati says, yes, you can, Bhagavan. At the same time, there is an equally important aspect which you should take notice of. One is the Shastra. Yes, you need to punish the wicked. Other is your compassion. If you are only going by the rule book, then when will you demonstrate and put to use your compassion? You are full of kripa, karuna, daya, karunyam. When will you show all this? When are you going to shower these on the human beings? Bhagavan says, yes, we are in a dharma sankata, what we call as crossroads. Yes, we need to take a decision. Either you go by the Shastra book, or I shower mercy on everybody. Either way, you recommend whichever is the right way. Pirati says, I will give you a beautiful recommendation. Bhagavan failed to find that recommendation. He could not design between the both. இது தப்புன்னு பண்ணா சாஸ்திரத்தை தான் பார்க்கணும், இன்னொரு பக்கம் என் கருணை இருக்கு, இந்த ரெண்டுத்துக்குள்ள எதை பார்க்கறதுன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. This is a situation. Virati says, yes, you can use both. Don't go, let Shastra book not go a waste. At the same time, your kripa must also get demonstrated. It must be useful to the human beings. You adopt this simpler method. The method is, anybody who has sinned and is accepting them, he accepts that they will not recur, he would not do them again, and comes wholeheartedly to surrender to you, pleads to you as a Sharanagata, forget your Shastra. You only shower your grace on him. Anybody who does not accept these things and is not willing to perform surrender, Sharanagati, then the same Shastra. Whatever you want to punish him, you go ahead and punish him. Now Bhagavan thinks for a while and now concludes, yes, this is a good way out now. I have never thought of it. அப்போ பிராட்டியை பார்த்து, நான் சர்வஜனாச்சே, எல்லாமே எனக்கு தெரியுமே, ஆனால் இந்த வழி என்னால் கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியலையே, நீ எப்படி கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டே? 2 பேரும் ஒரே ஸ்கூலில் தான் படித்தோமா, 2 பேருக்கும் ஒரு வாத்தியார்கிட்ட தான் படித்தோமா, எனக்கு இந்த வழி தெரியலையே, உனக்கு இந்த வழி தெரியறது என்ன? தெரியும். ஏன்னா ஒரு குழந்தையை காப்பாற்றுற பொறுப்பு ஆசை அம்மாவுக்கு தான் அப்பாவோட அதிகமாக. It is necessity, and that is what made Pirati invent this great way out. So the way out is, you go and surrender to him, he is going to pardon you. You do not surrender to him, he is going to punish you. So between pardoning and punishment, the arguments of Lakshmi gain importance. That is what we need to understand here. So here, Lakshmi, she pleads by reminding the intimate relationship. After all this substantiation, if Bhagavan is not willing to accept, she has the last mantra. பிரம்மாஸ்திரம்னு சொல்ல முடியும். அதை கடைசியாக தொடுத்துருவோம். இப்போ ஒரு புருஷனுக்கும் அவனுடைய மனைவிக்குமே ஏதாவது சண்டை வருதுன்னு சொல்லுவோம். இந்த பிள்ளை ஏதோ தப்பு பண்ணிட்டான், மன்னிச்சிரு மனைவி சொல்லி பார்க்குறா. ஆனால் அவர் ஒன்றும் கேட்கறதா இல்லை. கடைசியில் என்ன தெரியுமா சொல்லுவோம், இந்த பிள்ளைக்கு காரணமே நீங்க தான். அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்களே மன்னிக்கலைன்னா யாரை பண்றதுன்னு அவர் மனுஷன் ஆகணும், வேற வழியே கிடையாது. அண்ட் இந்த காரணம் இந்த பிள்ளையோட 40 வருஷம். இட்ஸ் ஒன்லி ஃபார் திஸ் பர்த். We are related to our parents in this birth. Whereas Pirati can talk to Bhagavan. இவனோட நமக்கு சம்பந்தம் இந்த பர்த்லியா, அனாதி கால சம்பந்தம். எவ்ரி ஜீவாத்மா இஸ் ரிலேட்டட் டு பகவான் அனாதி காலமா, இன்னைக்கு இல்லை நேற்றுக்கு இல்லை, அது தர முடியாது. This is an inseparable relationship. If something even Bhagavan cannot do, it is separating this relationship. If I enjoy an intimate relationship with Venkatesha, can he snap? He cannot snap. Neither can I, nor can he. அவராலே பண்ண முடியாதுன்னு ஒன்று உண்டுன்னா, எனக்கு அவருக்கு இருக்கிற சம்பந்தத்தை அவரால் வெட்டவே முடியாது. அவரு நான் எப்பவும் சம்பந்தத்தோட தான். He is my father, I am his son. He is my bharta, I am his bharya. He is my protector, I am the protector. He is the one who sustains me, I am the one sustained. He is the Sharanya, I am the Sharanagata. So there are so many inseparable, intimate relationships which Pirati reminds Bhagavan of. Bhagavan gets reminded. Lastly, he pardons us. She pleads by reminding the intimate relationship between Paramatma and Jivatma and the responsibility of the Creator to protect. யார் விதைச்சாலும் அவ தானே தண்ணி ஊத்தியானும், நீர் தானே கிரியேட்டே பண்ணி. எப்போ யூ கிரியேட்டட், then it's your responsibility to protect him. Sriman Narayana, who is in mad love with her, immediately accepts and forgives. அவருக்கு எல்லாமே மறந்து போயிடும். அவ ஏதாவது பேச ஆரம்பித்தாலே உடனே அவர் மொத்தத்தையும் மறந்து போய், சரி நீ சொன்னியா எது, why is it so? ஏன்னா அவ இருக்கிறதே அவனுக்காகத்தான் அவருக்கு தெரியும். அவ எது பேசினாலும் சரியாத்தான் பேசுவதுங்கிறது பகவானுக்கு தெரியும். அதனால நீ என்ன சொல்றியோ ஏற்கிறேன். He is so much in mad love with Sri Mahalakshmi. Alvar in one of his glorious songs says that Pittar Panimalar Mel Pavaikku. Pittar, Bhagavan is mad. On whom? Panimalar Mel Pavaikku. Panimalar Pavai is Sri Mahalakshmi Tayar. Bhagavan is so madly in love with her that he is willing to accept and forgive anybody for the sake of Sri Mahalakshmi. So she has to be inseparable from him. She must always reside and be seated on his glorious chest. If not, it is our problem. It is not their problem. The problem is ours. I go and stand before him, and that day, எங்கேயான அவர் பிறந்த வீட்டுக்கு போறேன்னு போயிருந்தாள்னா we had it. ஏன்னா அவவா பிறந்த வீட்டுக்கு போகிறோம் 10 நாள் போயிட்டு வரலையோ. இப்போ மகாலட்சுமி கிளம்பி நான் பிறந்த வீட்டுக்கு போறேன்னு போய் அன்னைக்கு பார்த்து சரணாகதி பண்ண நான் போய் நின்று பார்த்த உடனே என்னுடைய பாவங்கள் மட்டும் பகவானுக்கு ஞாபகம் வந்து அப்போ போர்டு போட்டு வைக்க முடியுமா கோவில்ல? இந்த 10 நாட்கள் kindly nobody should come for Sharanagati because Pirati is not along with Bhagavan. She has gone elsewhere. So you can come after the 10th, after the 20th. It's not possible. She has to be always in spiritual union with him, and that's why we go and confidently surrender to Bhagavan. So this is the role of Pirati, the role of an arbitrator, of a mediator, of acting as a bridge between the Jivatma and Paramatma. Finally, Paramatma accepts